All right, we're live. Welcome to the Mixdown Lounge. Dun dun dun. I am Cara Faith. I write music. I produce music. I exist as an artist. And I'm excited. Who are you?
I am Luke, aka Luke Antonio. I am a producer, artist, painter, sommelier, as you can see here. And yeah, we're gonna get into some fun music stuff today.
We got a pretty intense itinerary for this first one. We're gonna talk about some songs. We're gonna break down some tunes. Talk about why they're so cool.
Why we love them.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about what else are we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about fun
Industry stories.
Yes, industry stories. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about things that would send a Victorian child into a coma.
And we're gonna do some tips, some Ableton tips. Or if you use FL Studios or GarageBand, you can still learn from this. So
Yeah. Let's talk about our overall goal for the podcast. I have that as one of my questions. Let's get a little existential here.
Go for it.
Let's talk about the meaning of life. What is life? What are we? So our goal I had to cough so bad while I was saying that. So our goal for this podcast is to talk about the music industry in a way that maybe many people don't know about. We're going to talk about some hidden facts, some things about, music production, how it's made, mental blocks you get, the process along the way. We're going to break down songs. Not just like, oh, this song was really good. I like the lyrics. Oh, I feel to them so much. No. We're going to talk about like the formatting of them, how they were made, the producers we're going to give credit where credit is due. Thank you. And we're going to just kind of go everywhere in the industry and talk about music. Because if you don't like music, you're probably a weirdo.
And you probably won't be watching this.
Get well soon. Okay. The first song. Luke.
I'll start.
What do you have?
So my pick is gonna be Apale by Rosalia. I don't know how this is gonna work with copyright on YouTube. So we're gonna listen to the song and then talk about it, but there may not be audio for it. So we'll just put like a link and a little picture of the album, so you can know what we're listening to. I'm going to pause it there. I have some things to say about this already. So when I listen to this, the first thing I hear is like the production of like what's happening, because it's very like, it starts as a ballad, so it's very like flamenco singer-songwriter type start, and it could be a ballad in the beginning, but then beat drop, bass, boom.
She said, screw you and your thoughts, screw you and your children.
Immediate vocal chops. The whole song from 10 seconds to the end is just chops.
Also, her vocal stacks are so like wet but like composed.
Yeah,
like
wet and clean.
Wet and clean.
Yeah,
the dream.
That's what I'm trying to be. And then the other thing is like when she does vocal production, she's not scared to like use effects. She will use the auto-tune, she will use the reverb, she will use the little altar boy, she will use the bender, like she will use everything and anything that she feels like. And I like that, because I feel like when I hear artists that are like, I don't use that, it's just a tool. It's not like, reverb is not a singer, it's a tool. So it's how you use it and how you use the tools that are accessible to you. Because really at the end of it, like if you don't use them, you're really just limiting what you could do. So I like hearing like artists like her who like say fuck how you feel about like whatever, I'm gonna make what I want the way I want to make it. Back to it.
Before you get back to it, actually, let me say something. If you are upset, if you as an artist, come close, everyone come close. If you as an artist are upset when people call you out for using auto-tune, I think you have bigger problems than you using auto-tune. I just think you might not be able to sing.
Yeah.
What? Who said that? That was a ghost. Okay.
Anyways. Pause again. Another thing that I love about this, specifically this part, because like as I listen, I like to notice what she's doing as like the artist and the producer. This part here, the bass is like high cut, which means so like there's different frequencies where everything sits. So the bass is like 0 to like 200. So the bass in everything before this is sitting 0 to 200, but then she gets to the part right before the verse and then she high cuts the bass. So that means she takes it from 0 to 200 and cuts it at 200. So you don't hear anything below 200. So what it does is when she gets into the verse and puts the bass back in, it drops and it feels like it's like in your asshole. So like watch. Boom, boom. So you see it sitting high. Boom, boom. Now ready? You see? It's little things. The little things that matter.
Also, she is so very good at like taking two melodies that have no reason being together and putting them together and making them like
Sound
exist.
crazy.
Like she has some crazy chops going behind the whole that like she has some crazy chops going on, and if you pull them apart, you could make a whole song from
With just the chops.
lead, and then a whole song from just the chops. But then she was like, I'm gonna layer them together and see what happens. And she saw. We saw, and we died. Because
Okay. Okay, last thing. Okay, there's 10 seconds left. This is the last thing I have to say. You got to get them in the beginning and get them at the end. So I always like in my music, I love to do this is like throw something like out of left field right at the end. That's really like almost better than what you just did. So that way it's just like anyways, that happens here. I could hear a whole song of that. It's so arca coded too. Yeah.
The way she, because like we were talking about in the beginning when how you listen to it of like a producer type of way, I was listening to her vocals a lot, and the way she pans her background vocals left and right, but like I put my head down while I was listening, because when I put my head down, her voice was right at like the mask and like center when you listen, but then when you listen to her background vocals, it feels like they're left and right, like behind you, like you have like a ghost that's like on your shoulder on your left and right.
The ghost of Rosalia.
It literally is on like left and right, and the ways that she pans it makes it sound so much more full.
It's like haunting.
You have her presence here in the front, but then you have two more of her, like, and it surrounds like your eardrums.
It's like an aura.
Yes, and she has, but then you have, don't even get me started. You have this like male voice that then is like sinking under.
Which is also her. Anyways, yes.
Is that T?
It is.
Oh, I'm in love with her voice. I think she's hot as a woman and as a man. It sinks lower than her main vocal. So you have her in the center.
It almost sits where the bass sits, but not quite as low.
Yes, exactly.
Like very close, but not quite.
Like visually, if you could like see it, it's like her, and then like her, like right
and
underneath.
then it creates this like bubble of like not only just like vocal production that's like full everywhere, but then you take the vocals out and then it's still full of like distant chops that are made to be the instrumental, but then right behind that is the actual beat, the drums, the pads, because there's also like a vocal pad that's like happening really far away. So there's a lot going on, but also like it's very layered. Like it starts out with just the vocal and like a light pad. So it almost feels like there's not going to be a lot happening in the song, but then you get the beat drop and then everything just builds up. It's like a roller coaster, you know? And then you get to that verse 2 and it just drops underground. Like I love a story, like, you know, a ride.
Like a river. Oh, how long is the song?
It is a whole 2 minutes and 20 seconds. The sweet spot.
Disgusting. Because back in the day.
Yeah, this is a good thing to talk about.
I wish I had a pipe right now. Back in my day, when I was a wee lad.
Back in like Beyonce is still doing it, but this was happening like early 2000s, even 90s. Music was like 5 minutes long average. Like that was, you know, like 5 to 6 minutes, which is kind of crazy now because we're sitting like with like Brazilian funk, which I love, is what I've noticed is the shortest of like all the genres. So Brazilian funk sits average, like their banger songs sit at a minute, and it's like I understand why, because there's not a lot of like vocal, like there's no verses. It's kind of like a lot of chops. So it makes sense, and it's like you kind of like once you get into it, it's done. So that's what's like so catchy about it is like before you even realize like what's going on, the song's done, and you're like, oh, let me listen again. It's very like you can listen a lot, very repetitive.
The formula has changed.
Formula is changing.
The formula has changed over time to obviously adapt to the attention span of society.
That's the part.
Evidently, you know, love TikTok. I live on it, but
it's so crazy. Like TikTok, like the audio, like you have to hook. Like when it comes to like you releasing music and like being able to like hook audience in, you gotta do it in like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Like 20 is a lot. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Which is so funny to me because like even for me, my attention span is like in the negatives. Like I can't listen or I can't watch a video on TikTok. Well, that's wrong because the other day I watched a Barbie movie that was like 40 minutes long on TikTok and I watched the entire thing.
Was it in like parts?
No.
It was like part 1 through 5?
No, it was
I've been on
40
that with
minutes.
like with Judge Judy.
But as far as like music goes with it, I think the formula has adapted over time, and I think people want quality music from start to finish, and it's starting to become like now because of the attention span along with that is like if you can't give quality music in a minute and a half, then like people, I'm assuming that it's like what is the rest of the song is going to be. Like nothing if you can't hook me in for the first minute. Back in the day,
yeah, take your time.
It took like 2 minutes of the song before it even started getting good. Before
like they're hitting the chorus at like 2 minutes.
Yes, and in the beginning they're telling a story. They're telling you about their love life. Like the one song what's his name? Here and Now. What's that guy?
I know the song. I can't think of his
Luther
name.
Vandross.
Luther Vandross.
Yes. Luther Vandross.
Yes.
Luther Vandross.
Luther Van Andrews. Yes.
Luther Vanderpump.
Luther Vanderpump.
His song Here and Now doesn't hit the chorus, I think, till like a minute, maybe a minute and a half in, because that first like verse into the second verse, it's all storytelling. And and it's like heartthrob, and you're like, oh
Setting
my gosh,
the tone.
setting the mood and making you fall in love. And then like it hits the chorus, the here and now I promise to love faithfully,
In like almost 2 minutes.
and it took long to get there, but everyone was waiting for it. They were like, no, take your time, Luther, take your time. Nowadays, if somebody was like, let me take my time, they were like,
and I get it, because like you kind of got me fucked up if you think I'm gonna like sit here and produce like 5 minutes of a song.
True.
Respectfully, I did 3.5 once, and I was like, banger. But that's about it. Like,
yeah, music now is the formula's just changed, and you adapt as it changes. That's just how the industry goes. It's 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes. If you're getting crazy with a bunch of features like my icon Tyler the Creator, Sticky is like around 4 minutes. But then you have to think about the fact that he has so many features on it. They each get their moment. That is the exception to the formula. When you,
because then it's
so
like
many,
interesting, because you have multiple artists and like they get a good 30 seconds, 45 seconds.
and then you have like 4 or 5 artists plus him himself plus like all of this. It just takes time to do that in a song. You can't do that in 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Everyone will get a bar and then they'll be like, all right.
And then the song's done.
Yeah. I think that song is so packed with so much like production value and vocal layering, and the way that she did the melody is it felt a little bit like rappy, which I love. Rappy within reason.
Like almost, it almost gives me like trap vogue a little bit.
Yeah, a little like the she didn't feel like she had to get so crazy with the melody. That's like,
yeah,
that's right there on like it's right there. She didn't need to get crazy with the crazy
easy
melody.
to remember, easy to sing.
Easy to remember, easy to sing, and it gave you what you wanted. And then when you layer in the vocal chops and all the different layers of vocals behind that she sat behind her,
yeah,
I think that
like even the chorus is just chops. Up-a-lip, up-a-lip, up-a-lip. It's like that's just the hook.
she's just saying a word. She's just saying, and I love that. I love that song. Okay, so Wait by Sabrina Claudio is mine. I went a little crazier with my information because I hyperfixated on this song. I love this song so much. Came out 2017 October, and me who I am, I looked into like who produced it and who had like a hand in it, and it was written by, or it was co-produced by Mark Pellizer. I hope I didn't pronounce that wrong, but Mark Pellizer and Alexander Tanas. I think that's how it is. Mark has produced for like J. Cole, Magic, Chris Brown, Shakira, Zara Larsson, NCT. So homegirl has got a producer on her hands who's done quite a bit. And Alex has worked mostly with Sabrina and has done stuff for like Magic and whatnot. Remember Magic? Oh, I wish I had another cigarette. Why you gonna be so rude? Love. Yeah, and I'll talk about the writing of it after we listen.
Yes. This is from her 2017 album.
Pause it. How long has the song been? A minute? A minute.
She hits the chorus at 30 seconds.
We've had 3 beat changes, 3 vibe changes.
There's trip hop.
Trip hop. We had a little bit of like almost like bossa nova
At the start, it's like a bossa nova start into like a trip hop.
And then she slows it down just to that R&B, like da, 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 da.
Classic.
And serving vocals. Vocals through. I love where she has her vocals sitting in the song.
She's gonna fuck that mic.
She and I wanna say
yeah, okay.
Love. literal eargasm. That vocal stack on weight. Wait, but then in the back she's like, wait. Oh, the vocal stack. She literally like nutting.
She said, Mike.
Like, she also okay, bossa nova, trip hop, R&B, jazz question mark.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that
the
sax
saxophone
doing in the background?
Going
What is
absolutely
that one,
ham.
What is that one band?
Wait, it's this part. Wait.
Oh. Take your moment. Oh.
Sax solo.
Take us to church.
Go. Yes. I do love this album. I always have. I remember when this first came out, and I listened to this on repeat for months, and I still do every now and then.
I just love the what you, and then when she and when
When
and
do you
then
know when
when-
you
and I just loved it. Like she has like a production quality that's so underappreciated,
and staple.
and it's a staple to her for sure. Like I don't think I've heard the vibe that she gives off before. Not to say, you know, people are doing beat switches and people are doing different things with their songs, but like throughout and changing it up, but she combines like an authentic vocalist with an appreciation for collaborative genres.
Yeah. Like she's another one that will like not only like how do I say this? Like she, like Rosalia, will like experiment with different genres like together, like blending of sounds and like genres. Because in that one song there's like 4 that kind of cycle through and then are blended together, like vibe switches, but then the vocal kind of sits in the same spot. So what that does as like the listener is when the vocal's the same, it makes you feel like cohesion throughout the track. Like it feels like it's one song, and it always was one song because the vocal melody and the way it sits doesn't move. So what's happening in the back doesn't really affect, like you're not like, oh, we're somewhere else now, we're somewhere else. Like it just goes. It's kind of like a roller coaster, but very like fluid.
We love our roller coaster artists. We love them. We appreciate them. I also want to talk a little bit about her storytelling. Who does she think she is? She's giving... Okay, so I looked it up. I did some research on her. And she apparently, according to like articles I read, it's a staple of romance pop. Because you know how there's like gay pop?
Yeah.
Lady Gaga is like diva pop.
Romance pop?
She's romance pop.
I was gonna say it's giving very like come fuck me R&B.
Yeah,
like
bedroom
R&B.
R&B. Yeah. Which
is kind of like what Rennie gives also, but like
yeah. Someday we're gonna get to him. Just you wait. It's basically just a subgenre of pop that focuses on like romance, like love and like heartbreak and confessions and longing and flowers and bleh. Yeah. Yeah, and basically there's the whole story, the meaning behind it is not wanting to rush into having your feelings reciprocated. Like the feeling of limbo. Yeah. Like I want to say it to you, but you need to wait. Mm-hmm. And I want to say it to you. Yeah. But you need to. Also, she has a huge hand in producing her own music. And she's written, fun fact, she has written, or co-written, been on the track for Plastic Off the Sofa.
I knew that.
And Unstoppable by Daniel Caesar, which I love that song. Literally, she's so underappreciated. If you don't know who, not Sabrina Carpenter, though I love her.
That's not who we're talking about.
That's not who we're talking about. Sabrina Claudio is beautiful, and she just has a such underappreciated artistry. And yeah, that was my pick.
And the last part of this is a song that we both haven't heard, but it is by an artist that we both like. So, Nyomja.
Who?
She does. I'm sad for you. I'm sad for you.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so she has an album that I didn't know existed. So you know how she has the pink bob and then the blue bob album? There's a yellow bob album, which I didn't know existed.
Okay, what is it?
Look at it. So like it's the same vibe. Like one is to the right, one's to the left, and the yellow one is like kind of straightforward.
It's giving we are the crystal gems.
Yeah, it's very crystal gems.
Always find a way.
So this song is called Forget Me. Let's just play it. I really like that verse, that second verse. I was just listening to like what she was talking about, and it's like a message to the girl that her man was cheating on her with. And then it's very like, I forget exactly what she said, but it's very along the vibes of like I know exactly what's going on. And then she goes to the man and she's like, hey, you can get your ass out. Like, get your ass to the streets.
Diva. I was listening to not a switching right now, where you used to listen to like production stuff and I usually listen to lyric stuff. No, I'm listening to production stuff in here. But the way they have, I think it's the way they place the swell right before the hi-hat, where like it's on video. I wasn't like watching what I was doing, but it felt like if this is like the hi-hat, it felt like they were like pulling it and then snapping it back like a rubber band, like doom, da,
yeah,
doom,
like reversing it and then playing it
playing it the right way, and it sounds like so like if you like literally like blow up gum and then it pops in your face, but consistently, and it's addicting. Like it's like ear candy, no pun intended.
It's such a good hook too. You know what I mean?
Can you forget me now?
It's so good. Yes. So, Nyomja.
Nyomja.
I had to look it up how to say it because I was like, Njomza? Njomza? Nyomza.
Wow. Wowzers.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, and this was a 2023 album. So it's been out a couple years. I didn't even know.
It's consistent. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that it's
like
consistently good.
Yeah, it has her vibe, but like different, but also very good.
I like that it
I made that. I sewed a hem, and I sewed that, or knitted or crocheted. Yes. I still don't know the difference between the three, but whatever the right one is the one I did.
The way you had to cycle through every possible medium before you
I'm still not sure.
So gaslighting all the way. I made this for him. He begged me, actually. Anyway. it's not like tiring. It's consistent in a very addictive way. The hook is addictive. That background, I'm sure if I listened to it in a car, these headphones did their job, but I'm sure if I listened to it in a car, I'd probably crash. Just off of like closing my eyes and just like
levitating.
Do you forgive me now? Like,
No.
like I feel like that's the vibe that the song is giving off. I really like that. Very well done, Yumja.
Thank you, Nyamja, for that. Okay, so for this next section, I want to do like a Ableton tips portion. I've learned a lot using Ableton, so I want to like just give little tips, and if you want to like try this, it'll have like a step-by-step of exactly how I did it, so you could try it for yourself. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna show you how to chop. I'm gonna have Kara do a little vocals, and then we're gonna like record like just a phrase, and then the only thing for you is just make sure I'll give you the phrase, so it's gonna be I don't know, I can't believe you did this to me. Boom, that's the phrase we're gonna use. I'll give you like the key, and there'll be a little background pad, so just give it a little movement, and then I'll show you exactly how we do a chop. Alright, so this is the Ableton tips section for the vocal chops. I'm going to walk you through this session, what we're working with, and how I did these, and I'll go through step by step. It's basically a 3-track. The first one is these like ethereal pads. I'll solo those. And then after that, we have this like bubbly bass here. And then the last thing we have is, let me turn this off, the drum loop. All right, so basically a 3-track. The phrase we had to record is "I can't believe you've done this to me." So this is what it sounded like. I can't believe you've done this to me. So all we did on her vocal track is the key is D minor, so we put some auto tune on the first one, some meta tune. We have a vocal room here. This is Xbox Pro, something for the de-esser, a little bit of compression, EQ. The reverb is off for this, and then a pitch widener, which is just a doubler. And then what else do we have here? A little bit of a compressor on there, kind of to middle settings for the output, so it's not too loud. And then an EQ rolling off the low end, so there's no mud. So that's pretty much what I put on it for the session. So this is what it ended up sounding like. I cut out the air in the middle there, so if you open it up, you'll notice there are these little like air pockets. And it's just dead air that just got cut out. So that's all kind of unnecessary, so I just cut those out. And then to make the vocal chops, I pretty much just took little parts, Command C and then Command V to paste it. So I just took random little parts here, like this part, Command C, and then paste that over there. Take a little part here, Command C, paste it over there. Ableton gives you little lines, uh, which you can use as like rhythm. So I kind of experiment with putting them in like different spots and like moving them around and just seeing like what sounds good. Like I just moved that and that sounds good. It's just a little example. So then if we go back, this is kind of how the chops ended up coming out after all the editing. I'll turn this off so you can hear the whole thing. I can't believe you've done this to me. So that was pretty much how I made the vocal chops for this little session. Really fun, really easy. If you want to try it yourself, give it a shot. Super like intuitive. You can really experiment with it and just try different things. But yeah, I hope this helped. So that's one example of how to do chops. When I first started like doing chops, I didn't really like have a lot of references besides the music that I listened to. So I do wish that I had like stuff like this of like videos of people showing me like exactly how to do it, because it doesn't make sense until you see it, because it's a lot of just experimenting. Like you're taking random things that you hear, making patterns, and then just going with what you feel. So yes, that's the chops, my tip of the day. I'd also like to say that I made that beat while you were on your way here, and I finished laundry, and it took me about like 10 minutes. So yes.
That's how I feel about that.
Okay.
Let's talk about some industry stories.
You can go first.
Okay. So I may have okay, maybe not industry stories per se, industry insight. I have a story or a little blurb about ghostwriting, the dangers of ghostwriting. Dun dun dun. What is it? Raise the roof and wake the dead. The sound will pull you out of bed. Yeah. Okay. So, I have a thing here about ghostwriting. If you don't know what it is, so let me just read off a little bit of what I have. So a lot of time people may not know that most of the hit songs that you love are not written by the artist, but are written by someone called a ghostwriter. And a ghostwriter, or synonymous with a producer, is someone who writes songs, lyrics, or produces music without being credited for their work. So they just take the money and they're like, I will pay you for your song if you're okay with credit. If you're okay with giving up your rights for it. But you're getting money, which is...
And in a world where we don't really have rights anyways, I'll take the bag anyways.
I'll take my cash. They are oftentimes paid to obviously take the score in place of their public crediting and royalties. So they give up literally every ounce of the song that they have in favor of getting money. And they can often be referred to as invisible musicians because they don't ever receive public recognition. And I found the story from an online forum that talks about the dangers of ghostwriting as a musician and how pop stars sometimes take credit for songs that they have no part in writing. Now, usually when a track is being like pitched to a bigger artist, they'll can have up to like 50 names on the track that have had a part in
if you go into
it.
Any song on the top 100 right now and go to view credits on Apple Music or Spotify, you're gonna see at least 15 people.
And like when you hear a big song, unless it's with an artist that very openly talked about producing their own song and getting in the studio with it, companies or artists and musicians oftentimes want to have their songs hit, especially producers. So an artist in a day can get hundreds of pitches for songs thrown at one of their artists in hopes of one of those songs being picked for the final outcome. And it's been in the music industry since like forever. Like this is not anything new. I don't know if, like, obviously, you know, sometimes people, you know, that like your artists don't always write their songs that they sing, but sometimes they even have like no part in it. it's just like the song comes to them, the lyrics come to them, everything, and they're just like, this is what we're giving you. We have a demo. You're gonna just sing exactly what is on this demo, and you're gonna do it in your voice. But sometimes the dangers of ghostwriting is you really do have to give up all of your rights. So
and not only that, but sometimes the vocals from the demos end up sticking onto the original track. Like they'll be layered underneath, so they don't actually like, which layering is a part of production. Like this is not to beat on layering, but that demo vocal sometimes stays there. I know like there was several Britney Spears songs that had like the original writer, I forget her name, but her vocals were on like these songs that are out now, and it's like Britney is singing the leads, but her vocal's still there.
And there's this not too long ago, I think it had to have been like the last year or two, the whole like scandal, if you will, I quote that, on the one song that J-Lo has, I've been cooking all day, I ain't your mama. And that's Meghan Trainor wrote it, and when you listen to the back on it, it's layered with Meghan under, and then her vocals on top, which is again common if if you give a song to an artist. That's the dangers of ghostwriting, is if you don't get the credit for it, which you most likely will not, the artist can just claim like, yeah, this is my song, I wrote it.
Yeah, they can claim the song, they can claim the vocals,
they can claim the lyrics, anything, and you just have to be okay with that, at the expense of, I guess, making money, which is cool, but it has its dangers. And a one hit song can make a ghostwriter up to like, I think I saw on somebody was talking about it, that got a big company that charted top 10 for one song. And nobody knows who this guy is. The forum didn't say. This guy was like my friend. Like it had no names. But he made his bank.
It was Max Martin. The jig is up. The jig is up. It was Max Martin.
This is another thing where it was like, I was like looking up like things to talk about and like stories. And somebody was like, what are some crazy, like scary things in the industry that you didn't know about? And somebody was like, how come we've never seen Donald Glover and Childish Gambino in the same Gambino?
Childish Bambino. Childish Bambino. There it is. Okay. Yes.
Donald Glover and Childish Gambino in the same room together.
Is that all you got?
But yeah, so I just had like, considering that a hit song can make a ghostwriter up to does that seem fair, is the question.
No, because I'm not the one that's taking for ghostwriting. So if it were me, I mean, I would do it. I would ghostwrite.
But that's also like the 1 in a million hit, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but if I knew that it was gonna hit, and
you don't, that's the thing.
I'm saying, if I ghost wrote like a song for an artist that I knew could sell the idea, and it was a really good idea, if I ghost wrote like and produced like a track for Rennie, and I knew that Rennie was gonna take it and he was gonna do all the vocals on it, and he was gonna, then I would, because I would have confidence that I would make money off of it. But if it was like you ghostwrite for like a company who you're like a third party almost, so like they come to me to produce and write a song to give to them so they can give it to somebody else, then I wouldn't do that, because like I don't know if I'm gonna even like how it comes out at the end. If I'm making any money, who's gonna sing it? Is it even gonna be a guy or girl? You don't know. So in that case, maybe not. But if I knew who the artist that was gonna take the demo was, then maybe.
I think that just comes down to, at that point, like an artist or like a creative integrity of yourself, like you're creating like values, if you will. some people just don't give a shit about that. They're just like, I don't care if it makes me money. If it makes me money. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like, they don't have that emotional attachment to their music like that.
Yeah.
But some people, like,
which I understand as well.
Yeah. Some people though, like when you make a song, it's like, I made this song. I put in the work for it. I want my credit where my credit is due.
But also,
and I want my money. Like,
as a producer, like, I understand that there are producers out there that are like high volume shoveling out shit, like not shit, but content. They're at high volume every day, 15, 20 new tracks, new demos. Like, they don't have the attachment because like that muscle that they have to make like new music is just like it's just like they could just do it without even getting that attachment. So I understand that. But also, like, as a producer myself, who I don't quite operate like that, like maybe I'm shoveling through like 4 projects at a time max. It feels like each project is more personal. And even when like with those projects being like collaborations with other artists or other like producers or other writers, other vocalists, whatever, it still feels personal because it is.
Yeah, and at that point too, like you're not really a ghostwriter when you're shoveling out that much music and giving artists. At that point, you're just a producer. Your name is probably on something somewhere and people know who you are. It's not as much like people don't know who I am, but I've written for like I guess it wouldn't really apply anymore, but like Sia, like you didn't know Sia was in like the music industry as she was until she started coming out with her own music, and then you're like, holy shit, she's actually written songs for everyone in the industry for the last 10 years. But you didn't know that because she was just ghostwriting left and right.
Rihanna, Beyonce,
all of them. That's just 2. There's hundreds.
They're the 2 big ones I can think of right now.
And like you just didn't really you didn't put in the effort to be like, oh yes, Sia the writer is making music. It was like, Sia, and she used to write. Like, it came after she had established herself. And a lot of ghostwriters just don't do that. They don't want to establish themselves, or maybe they haven't, or it's just like a means of like, I make music,
or they don't want to.
I give it away, or like I don't want to. Yeah. Subjective. I personally don't think I could do that. I could ghostwrite, but I can't ghost produce because I don't have an attachment to my melodies as much. Because kind of like you said, like when artists like pump out, stuff like that. Like, I can pump out a melody if you give me a track, but like if I sit down and make.
Well, I think that's why like me and you work together so well, is because like I can do it, but it's like pulling teeth for me. Like, it feels like I'm almost doing like rocket science. But then I can like sit and like just produce something, like like I can just do it.
Yeah.
But then you can like just sit there and pump out melodies, which I can't do.
Yeah, but then like as soon as I sit down to make like a beat, like I recently just started making like listenable stuff, like stuff that I like.
Yeah.
And
to your standards.
To my standards. And I'm so emotionally attached to them. I'm like, they need to be on every EP, every album. They need to be on billboards. Like, I need everyone to know.
Just the instrumental.
Just the I need like the.
You're gonna be like, you should release like a lo-fi album.
I need like a title track with my vocals on it, and then one without my main vocal, just backgrounds, and one without the main vocal and backgrounds.
It's an EP of all the stuff. So
I've just
there's like
stripped
track
away
1
slowly.
Instrumental, track 2 just background vocals, track 3 just lead vocals, track 4 background and lead vocals only, track 5 instrumental and lead vocals only.
Track 6, me talking about how much I love this track.
And then track 7, everything together. And then
but that one's
8,
optional. It's like in parentheses optional.
And then track 8 is everything while you're talking over it, giving commentary. And that's how you release an album.
And that's why I can't give away my music, because that is how emotionally attached I am to my production.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what I have, it is kind of following like more industry stories than like anything else. What I had to talk about was the Tate McRae and Morgan Wallen collab, which is yes, I want to talk about that.
That's tea.
Because so she had put something on her Instagram or Twitter, and so did he. They posted the same picture because he has an album that he's working on that's coming out, and she's gonna be a feature on it. So then everybody on TikTok was like, don't do it. Don't do it. Like, nobody asked for this, nobody wants it, and nobody cares, and like nobody, like,
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
I think for her demographic, like specifically to her demographic of people listening to her music, I don't think it makes sense.
So I understand, because I think she is onto something with her sound. Like, I like Revolving Door. That's kind of,
and I keep coming back
like revolving door.
Ooh, those vocals were crunchy.
Yeah, the choreo alone, like, I love.
My cold heart.
Do not drop your computer.
Finally melt.
So I like what she's doing. I really do. So I just don't see how. This is the thing too. When you are a feature on an album, you are doing what the artist wants you to do, because you're going in to fit to their album. She's pretty much gonna go to sing on a country ballad, some bullshit like that, and that's not her. Like, she could, like, really, like, this is the thing, as an artist you can do whatever you want, and I think you should, and you should be able to experiment with all types of genres and sounds. That's kind of the fun about making music. But for her, it just doesn't, I don't think it makes sense, and I don't think it's gonna pay off at the end. I would be very happy with that. Some other noteworthy collabs that were scrapped recently, one of them is Lady Gaga and R. Kelly. They had a song together, and then after this is a little not so recent, but after he got arrested, they had already released a song like maybe 10 months before that, and then it's now, like, if you look up Lady Gaga and R. Kelly song on like Spotify or Apple Music, it's gone. So, like, it was scrapped. You can find it on YouTube still, you can find anything. But that was scrapped. Another one this is a crazy one, the J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar mixtape. They actually made a whole mixtape and they scrapped the whole thing. Crazy, because they said that they didn't sound good together, which is wild, because I think one of the producers on it was DJ Khaled. So it would have, I mean, on paper it sounds like it would have been good.
It's like you know what, the J. Cole and JID are two of these artists that I think when they're featured on tracks, they take the track. And I think Kendrick Lamar is one of those artists that he is the track. So when you have someone who takes the track and who is the track, it's not like, let's make an ultimate track. It's like,
yeah,
like a headbutting in a way.
It could have been
not like maybe creative.
It's like two giants.
Yeah, it literally is like two big, like, people coming together who know what they're doing.
Right, but doesn't that mean you should make something work? Right?
Well,
right, if you're
no, not always.
Right. I mean, I understand that, like, not everybody
especially
meshes.
When you're especially with Kendrick, knowing him as an artist, but I haven't done my research on him, but from what I know, he's a very big presence in the studio. Yeah. It's not like he hands off anything. He's in there with the beats, he's in there with the production, he's in there every step of the way. So maybe having J. Cole in there is like almost like J. Cole's similar in that way. If he's making them beats, he's making that, like, and instead of it being like we have two artists that are very in, it's like two artists that are very in their own lane.
Yeah. I mean,
and it's hard to merge those lanes.
That makes sense. But also, like, if I'm trying to think about it, like, if it were me collabing with, like, Kendrick, I feel like I'd give him, like, I'd say, you do what you're going to do first. You start.
It's also J. Cole, though, and J. Cole's been around just as long. Like,
I know.
J. Cole ain't no new artist. J.
No,
Cole
but like when it comes to collabing, it's kind of like finding a vibe that you both can, like, ride. Not so much like you're not gonna ride my vibe, like, I'm not gonna ride yours. It's like there's like a middle ground somewhere. So I guess in the mixtape case, they couldn't find a middle ground where they both could ride the vibe. It was like either one or the other, and there was no in between. So maybe that's why they decided that, like, their sounds just don't work. Don't know. I have one more.
I guess we'll never know.
Last one, scrapped. Bia, her first EP was supposed to have, it was called Esta Noche, featuring Ariana Grande, and that was scrapped. And it was a Trap Vogue, which just a Trap Vogue track with Bia and Ariana, where it would have been like Spanglish with that like cunty vibe. On paper,
and, like,
again,
vocal runs like everywhere.
Yeah, and like it sounds like it would have been really good. Don't know why it was scrapped, but it was. We'll never know. There's the only thing we have of it is a project file, but there's no audio. Pretty crazy, because that would have been on her first EP. Which, I mean, I don't think it really matters because Bia's doing her thing anyways. So like, but also like that would have been.
Ariana, if you're listening,
release
think
it.
About it.
Release it. Esta noche.
Think about it. And if you lost the file,
I know you got the file. Let us have it. Put it on Discord.
If you lost the file, just make a new one. It's that easy.
Just make another one.
Please.
Another one.
Please.
So those are all like the industry stories that I have for today.
Solid. Interesting.
Yeah.
Spectacular, phenomenal, never before seen,
never before
done,
heard
before,
mm-hmm.
show-stopping,
breathtaking.
Wow. The last segment we have things in the music industry that would send a Victorian child into a coma. Now, this isn't really like music industry as much as it is just it's music related in a way, but it would send a child into a coma. I'll go first. My first one. How many do you have? I have 4.
10. Oh, I'll go first. Okay. Let me just start out by saying we didn't put things in the music industry. I just was thinking things that will send. Right. Okay.
I have specific like music industry.
I have some too, but I'm going to just start with the one that's not. Hot ones. I would want to see a Victorian child, like you tell them nothing. You just tell them you're going to eat dinner. And then you sit them in the hot one seat, and then you just ask them questions and watch them like be tortured,
like slowly die.
Yeah, torture them with hot sauce.
Yeah. Okay. Read another one because you have 10.
So I gotta paint the picture first because it's kind of crazy. So you sit a Victorian child in a chair, and you strap a bong mask to them. And you light it. Okay, so you get them stoned with a bong mask. That's a crime. But also it would send them into a coma.
So you're talking like literal coma. Like you're trying to get them in
both of these.
Not like send them into a coma as in like that would like you're literally like strap them to a chair.
Strap them to a chair, put a bong mask on them and light it.
That is the most original thought I've ever heard in my life. I don't think anyone's thought that but you. That's phenomenal. Okay.
You can do one.
Mine are a little more on the nose. And my first one, WAP.
Yeah, the song or the dance? Both. Okay.
WAP is like a whole like genre.
Are you teaching it to them?
No.
You're just making them watch you do it.
That is them watch you do it.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's bad.
Like just the concept of WAP as a whole. Maybe I'll strap them to a chair too, since we're on the torture.
Strapping children to chairs.
And I'd force them to watch the music video, and then I'll force them to watch people doing covers
on TikTok.
Of the song on TikTok, on YouTube, anywhere I can find a cover. The worst, the best, all of them.
Mostly worst.
They're all probably worst.
And the original, let's be real.
the original alone, they're already in a coma, and at that point I'm just like, are your eyes open? That's my first one.
Okay. I'm gonna say furries. So imagine you're a child, right? A child who only knows like bread and like famine, and like you have like linen cloths. Like this is your life. Like you see the king for Christmas, and your family, like you all live in one room. You don't go to school. You're like fighting like E. coli and things every day in, day out. You don't see like TV. You don't have any of that.
You barely see the sunlight.
That's you. And then you walk into a room and there's a big beast, but it's a man in a furry suit. That is horrible. Furries.
But you know what? I feel like I disagree with this one a little bit. I feel like some part of them would like it.
No.
They'd be like, this is not something I've never seen before.
A giant cat?
Okay, well, I saw this one. Hear me out.
No. The one where it's cut and there's abs. No.
Where they were like fully, it was like in a mall probably, and they were fully, it was like taken from up top. They were like doing their furry thing as they do, and it's like 1 minute they're that, and then the next it's like another video, and he like lifts his shirt,
yes, and it's
washboard
abs.
Chocolate bar abs.
No.
And I was like, okay, hear me out.
I don't think.
Hear me out.
I will not hear it. I will not hear it. No.
I feel like maybe it would send them to like a heat flash. Maybe not a coma.
I think a coma.
Okay, my next one. Mosh pits.
Yeah. Put them in the middle.
Put them right in the middle and just
don't even tell them where they are.
No. And it needs
they
to
have
be
headphones on so they can't hear what's happening. And you just take the headphones off. It's like screamo. And men around them pushing
and like I saw
flailing.
this one video where it was like guys like at a mosh pit and they were all like pushing into each other and whatever, and then it's like them looking over at the girl standing on the side, and he just runs up to her and like jumps and like swings at her. That's what I imagine
to the child
in the center. Maybe like I think that would send. I also think that would send them into.
It would send them to the next life.
I think it would
coma for like 10 minutes, and then the next life,
and then the next life, and probably every broken bone because they're brittle. You know, like you said, they have E. coli and probably the Spanish plague.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm gonna do 2. Amazon same day delivery would Also, but like they wouldn't understand what those words mean in that order because maybe they know what the Amazon is, but it's not the same Amazon we know. And then like same day delivery, like they probably think like a scroll, somebody like running to a scroll like to give it to you, but it's not that. Yeah. It's like a big van that like you order packages online and get stuff. The same day.
But like also I feel like once they get the concept of that, I feel like that's a little orgasmic, you know?
Yeah, they eat it up. I do.
I feel like that would. I agree. I think that sends me into a coma every time I think about it.
I'll do one more. A chili sampler, I think would send them.
A Chili's triple dipper.
Yeah, that.
Oh.
But isn't that the sampler? The triple dipper is their sampler.
Is it?
I think
it's like a different concept.
No, the one with the fried mozzarella.
If you want it to be, then sure. But it's a triple dipper.
Sure.
I think that sends me when you think about how much like sodium and like carbs are in it, that sends me into a coma. Like it's like 2,000 calories for like one.
Yeah, crazy.
That sends me into a coma.
I mean, I love that. Like I get why you don't, but I do. As somebody who doesn't like consume enough all the time, it's like I know I can eat that and like I get my fill. So I like that.
Yeah, I think I enjoy it, and I think if anyone wants to like, it was like, hey, I'm going to Chili's, I wouldn't be like, oh no, I'd be like, not right now, but
not without me.
Not without me. Like, let's go together. I will drive if I must.
Okay, club music. Like I'm talking about like
Boiler
Charlie,
Room.
like Boiler Room, Charlie XCX. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like Call Me Mother, like Doja Cat, like club music.
Yeah,
Absolutely like crazy club music, like Megan Thee Stallion, like crazy, like I know that's rap, but like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agreed. That sends me into a coma. Just being that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
What's
mine.
Your last one?
This one's intense. It sends me into a coma. Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah, I like that though. It's a good coma.
But they don't know that.
When they experience it, they're like, oh, this is nice.
I feel like
morphine.
The concept of it, I think, would send them a little bit into a coma. Like, how are we going to have all my music that I listen to in the entire year?
But also, like...
how do you know how many times? Like, the concept of being like, how do you know how many times I've listened to it? How do you have it in, like, a wrapped in the year? Like, I just think the concept would send them spiraling.
My last one is Drag Race. So let me explain to you.
Okay.
As you're the Victorian child, okay? Hey, Victorian child.
Hey.
There's this thing that we sit down on our couch and watch. It's a bunch of men in wigs, dressed as women, but they're women. They're women, but they're men. Like, you know? And they're like mother, but that's a man. And then they do this thing where they competition, right? But then the two worst ones, they sing to each other on stage. They lip sync, but it's not even like real vocals. It's like they're just moving their mouth to just like a song. And then mother of all mothers, who is also a man, will pick which one stays and which one goes. Yes.
I'm not even a Victorian child and I want to go to a coma right now. What if I just died on the spot?
I had to end it strong. Even now, the concept sends me, and I think that's why I love it. Like, what do you mean that's a like? You know how we see them, like we be like work. Oh, that's a woman, but like it's a man. It's a man. I love it.
Okay, I like that's a strong ending. That's a good one. So yeah, that's it. If you have any song suggestions that you want us to do in the coming weeks, let us know. We'll give it a listen. We'll dissect. We'll post when we want because we can. And this is fun. Same time next week.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.